There has been a lot of confusing language about what happened to USMCA on July 1st, 2026. Some headlines say the agreement was not renewed. Others make it sound as though USMCA ended altogether. Here is the important distinction. On July 1st, the United States, Mexico, and Canada conducted the first mandatory 6-year review of the agreement. The United States did not agree to extend USMCA in its current form for another 16-year term. But USMCA did not expire and it was not cancelled. The current agreement remains in effect while the countries continue discussions and move into the annual review process established by USMCA. That means manufacturers should not assume that all existing trade treatment disappeared on July 1st. Companies should continue following the rules that currently apply to their products while watching for separate tariff actions, enforcement measures, or negotiated changes. The discussions now underway include several issues that matter directly to manufacturers. These include automotive rules of origin, steel and aluminum, regional production, regulatory compatibility, and the use of inputs from outside North America. The next question is not simply whether USMCA continues, it is whether the countries agree on changes that affect how products qualify, how materials are sourced, and how companies structure their North American supply chains. For manufacturers, the correct response is not panic and it is not inaction. This is the time to review 3 things. First, understand whether materials and components in your products actually originate. Second, identify which parts of your supply chain would be most affected by changes to regional content or material sourcing requirements. Third, compare more than one operating model. That may include US production, Mexico production, contract manufacturing, a shelter operation, or a combination of these options. At Prince Manufacturing, we believe companies need flexibility. Not every process belongs in the same location, and not every company needs to establish its own standalone plant. The best strategy depends on the product, labor content, materials, customers, logistics, capital requirements, and applicable trade rules. The main takeaway is straightforward. USMCA was not extended in its current form on July 1st, but it did not end. The agreement remains in force and manufacturers should use the review period to improve their supply chain visibility and prepare practical alternatives. Information in this video is current as of July 10th, 2026. Trade negotiations and regulations may change. Companies should evaluate the rules applicable to their specific products and supply chains.